I believe that the successful integration of a woman's productive and reproductive lives forms the basis of a happy mother and a happy family. Every woman has the right to breastfeed, and every infant has the right to be breastfed. So if you are wondering whether it's possible to successfully breastfeed along with working, then yes, it's absolutely possible. Being a working mother myself, this topic is very close to my heart, and I always encourage other working mothers to breastfeed their baby. With a little bit of planning, which I will advise in this video, employed mothers can provide optimal nutrition and adequately nurture their babies along with their jobs. Working mothers should ideally start planning before the baby is born, because at this stage you will still have enough time to think and strategize. Remember, all the planning needs to be done with one goal in mind, which is to exclusively breastfeed the baby till the age of 6 completed months, and to continue breastfeeding as and when possible till the age of 2 years. Additionally, the planning needs to cover both your workplace and home. So let's begin with understanding all the different things that you need to plan at your workplace. Firstly, communicate your plans and length of maternity leave with your supervisor or employer. Secondly, since you will be required to express breast milk at regular intervals post resuming work, therefore discuss the availability of such breaks with your employer beforehand. Thirdly, discuss possibility of flexible work schedule or work from home arrangements. Fourthly, identify a place for expressing breast milk or an infant feeding room at your workplace. Finally, speak to other women who have breastfed after resuming work in your workplace to have an understanding on how it works in your organization. Now, moving on to the home side of things. Firstly, find a caregiver whom you can trust and who will support you in breastfeeding. This can either be your parents or in-laws or even hired help. Secondly, discuss about prioritization and sharing of household chores with your spouse, as it will not be possible to manage everything all by yourself. Ideally, it is important that you plan for all these things before the baby arrives, as you won't get enough time to think and plan after delivery. Once all the planning is done, I would recommend to start practicing expressing breast milk right from your maternity leave days. This will help you when you resume work. You can watch the videos on expressing breast milk and storing breast milk for a detailed understanding of these topics. Returning to work after the maternity break is not going to be very easy. You will not only have to catch up on work, but also manage your responsibilities as a new mother. It's a bit of a challenge, but that's where the fun lies in being a mother. Sometimes, when the demands are too much, this can take a toll on your health and adversely affect the milk production. Therefore, it is important for mothers to reduce the amount of stress and avoid fatigue. Take adequate breaks and find opportunities to take rest. This will ensure that the milk production is not hampered. One trick that has worked for a lot of mothers is to carry the baby's picture along at workplace. This is shown to help mothers stimulate the milk letdown reflex. Another important aspect is to find as many opportunities as possible to directly breastfeed your baby. This certainly helps sustaining a good milk supply and also helps maintain the strong bond with the mother. Therefore, I would recommend to directly breastfeed before leaving for work and on returning from work. Additionally, directly breastfeed before going to bed at night. In order to achieve this, you can inform the caretaker to not give any feeds close to the time when you are returning from work. This way, the baby will be prepared to suckle directly when you get home. An important aspect that most mothers tend to ignore is the regular expression of milk. It is natural for mothers to get caught up with work, and this important activity skips their mind. So set a reminder to express breast milk every 2 to 3 hours in the beginning to avoid engorgement. Remember that the production of milk works on the principle of supply and demand. The amount of milk produced is dependent on the regular and frequent removal of milk from the breast, whether it is through nursing or by expression. So, express regularly to keep the milk flow adequate and for your own physical comfort. You can store this expressed milk in a refrigerator at work, and the same can be used for the next day. Therefore, always carry to work milk storage containers with a capacity of 60 to 120 ml. While I understand that all this might sound a bit overwhelming, always remember that you are doing this for your baby, and there is no better nourishment at this stage other than your breast milk. I hope after watching this video, you are confident to manage both breastfeeding and your job effectively. Let me go through the salient points once again. Prepare yourself adequately prior to delivery, and during your maternity leave, ensure that all caregivers are equally motivated about breastfeeding. Try to ensure exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months. Use the maternity leave to practice expression of breast milk. This will help you do it more confidently once you resume work. Ensure that you express feeds every 3 hours at your workplace to ensure that there is no engorgement in your breast and that the flow of milk remains adequate. And finally, share your motivation and help other mothers to do the same.